What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today we have a Formula E first look, a kind of early preview because we were doing a more in-depth preview probably nearer to the time of the first Formula E race, which of course is just a couple of months away, and I'm really getting pumped and very excited for this series. I do think it'll be a very big series and I'm really looking forward to watching it. I'll be sure to subscribe because there'll be plenty of videos on Formula E coming in the next couple of months. But don't worry if you are subscribed for other forms of motorsport like Formula 1, because of course the predominant, the majority of videos will be about Formula 1. But I will be covering Formula E when the races start. Anyway, let's just give you a quick overview then for a few things you might not know about Formula E. Well, there are 10 teams, 20 drivers and 40 cars. So that, each driver has 2 cars. So yeah, each team will include 2 drivers and 4 cars. An E-Prix, which of course instead of a Grand Prix, will be held in 10 cities across the world, all at street tracks, so no kind of Silverstone, you won't be seeing any of those type of tracks. It'll be all kind of narrow street circuits, a bit like Monaco. Racing circuits will be held in cities and will be approximately 2.5 kilometers to 3 kilometers long. Cars will accelerate from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, which is pretty good, with a maximum speed of 220 kilometers, which isn't that good. I think that's around 140 miles per hour. A bit disappointing, but hopefully they can increase the speed of the cars maybe as the series evolves. And the noise decibel levels will be approximately 80 decibels. An ordinary car is usually 70, but a Formula 1 is usually 130, so it's actually quieter than a bus. If you wanted a kind of noise scale, put down in the comment section below what you think about the noise. Just search a video about it, and I've seen on board and I don't really mind it too much. I suppose it's not too different from what we hear this year in Formula 1. In terms of the event, will be early morning free practice session followed by qualifying. In the late morning there'll be qualifying, 1 lap time, each driver with both cars A and B, which of course they have 2 cars. Afternoon, a 2-hour break to recharge the cars, so obviously plug them in and make sure if you're abroad you've got your converter. In the evening there's a final race with 2 stints and 1 pit stop. Pit stops will involve a change of car. When the battery runs out, a driver will make a planned pit stop and switch into a new fully charged car, and races are planned to be 45 minutes in length, which is a pretty decent time, and hopefully we will see some really good racing. And I think it'll just be over 1 day, which is quite interesting. The practice and the qualifying and the race will all be on, I suspect, a Sunday. And the design then will the aerodynamics optimised to facilitate overtaking, so this is going to encourage overtaking. The high ride height, sensitivity and wide range of suspension set up possibilities to tackle the city centre streets, because of course you have to adapt the cars now, but but all of them are going to be on street circuits. And let's move on then to focus a bit more on the up and coming season, and as you know, it does actually run over 2 years, the 2014 to 2015, the last part of 2014 and the first part of 2015. So let's take you through the drivers and teams. Well, first of all, Almin Aguri, which is basically Super Aguri. Really excited to have them back in motorsport, a sort of leading motorsport, and they've gone with Antonio Felix da Costa and Catherine Legge. Felix da Costa, obviously a Red Bull young driver, missed out on Formula 1 drive this year and is looking more and more likely not to be getting Formula 1 seat, unfortunately, although he is a big talent. And Catherine Legge is one of the only, I think there's 3 Brits so far confirmed, and hopefully she can be flying the flag for Britain and also women in motorsport. Andretti Autosport, Frank Montgomery, and I'm wondering if the other person will be Mario Andretti, if he will make the switch to Formula E, seeing as it is run by Mario Andretti. Although I doubt Mario Andretti would actually have a go, but I wonder if his son will fancy it. Audi Sport ABT, and that's Daniel Abt and Lucas di Grassi. Lucas di Grassi, the test driver, one of the first people to kind of embrace Formula E, and also Daniel Abt, the GP2 driver, probably juggling his GP2 drive with his Formula E drive, fair enough. China Racing, yet to confirm any of their drivers. Dragon Racing, which is quite an interesting name, they've gone with Mike Conway. EDAMS Renault have gone with Nicolas Prost and Sebastian Buemi, and Prost's dad Nicolas is heavily involved with the EDAMS Renault, and I suppose you could say that the DAMS team will probably be near the front. It's quite hard to predict already, but I think just at this early stage they do seem to have the money, and of course DAMS are well known in sort of motorsport, every motorsport pretty much apart from Formula 1. Manhandria Racing, which is an Indian team, and they've got Karun Chandok and Bruno Senna, the old F1 2010 HRT lineup. I'm so pleased to see these two back in a motorsport which I'll be able to watch. Karun Chandok, of course, a legend, the first ever Indian driver in Formula 1, and also Bruno Senna, the nephew of the late great Ayrton Senna. And then we have Trulli GP, and guess who's driving for them? Yes, that's right, it's Jarno Trulli. Great to see that guy back in motorsport. And Marcello Cerruti, who I've never actually heard of, and both of them are Italian. Just being honest with you guys. Venturi Grand Prix, which is a Monaco team. They've gone with Nick Heidfeld, the legend himself. You know, so many races, sadly, never to get that win in Formula 1. Can he get a win in Formula E? We'll have to see. Stéphane Sazeron, who's French, and then the final team, Virgin Racing, which is a very exciting line of Hamy Al-Daswali and Sam Bird. Really looking forward to seeing these two line up together, and of course we do have a lot of extra Formula 1 drivers. We've got Lucas Di Grassi, Buemi, Chandok, Senna, Trulli, Heidfeld, Al-Daswari. So basically the field is full of either drivers who have competed in F1 who are looking for a drive in F1. So it's going to be a really close field. And finally, we'll give you a quick scan of the calendar, and then we'll draw this video to a close. So we go to Beijing first on the 13th of September. Then we go to Malaysia, Uruguay, Argentina, a to be announced race, which I'm not sure if that's going to take part or not. We might have to shorten the calendar to 9 races. By the way, it is 10. Then we go to Miami, and then this is the exciting few races. We've got a race at Long Beach. Really nice to see that track again back, maybe possibly coming to Formula 1. That's on the 4th of April of 2015. And then we have Monaco, which I don't think is at the actual Monaco Grand Prix circuit. It's certainly not confirmed for now. Then we have Berlin, and then the final race is on the 27th of June 2015, and that is a London Grand Prix around Battersby Park in London, the potential home of the London Grand Prix in Formula 1 in future years. But anyway, set for a really exciting time in Formula E. Subscribe for more FE, I suppose you could call it, more Formula E videos coming soon on this channel. But anyway, I'm Mr. Racing. Be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions on everything I've discussed in the video today, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.